Welcome to the Sci-Fi Queens podcast. And we talk about all things sci-fi here. If you're new to our channel, you can if you can hit that subscribe and notification bell, that will be great because it'll let you know when our next shows are coming up. It'll let you know what's happening and when. If you want to support our channel, just check out our website that's scrolling at the bottom of the page right there, sci-fi queens.net. And you will find information on the queens, on our shows and episodes, as well as a link to our merch store. I am your host, Nita, and tonight, my co-host, Sarah, Queen of Darkness, and Tiffany, Queen of the Nerds, are joining me. We have a very special episode tonight because Tiffany's going to update us on the latest sci-fi TV shows, movies, and streaming services. Guys, we've got you covered with everything tonight. But before we start, let's check in with the queens and see how everyone's doing. Sarah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It was a pretty productive day.
Excellent. And Tiffany, what's going on?
I'm good. I'm trying to adjust my camera. So if you see me moving a lot, it's because I'm in a new location in my house. And so I'm trying to catch light or whatever, but I'm good.
I'm telling you, whenever you move locations, that happens. Because you're not quite where you're supposed to be, right?
So I'm like trying to see what's the best angle, but it's all good.
Exactly. So we're going to get right into it because we've got a lot of information to share with you guys tonight, guys. And we want to make sure you know the latest and the greatest information on what's going on. So let's get right to it. Tiffany, take it away.
Okay, so basically I'm going to be going over all the streaming services that I like to go to for my sci-fi. There are, of course, 100 streaming services. So I'm just going to hit on a few that have some good sci-fi offerings because as a sci-fi fan, we are spread so thin, okay? And there's not one streaming service that can complete all our needs. So we gotta spread it out. So first things first, AMC Plus. This is, of course, the home of the Walking Dead universe. So you can find all of the Walking Dead on AMC Plus. It is a separate subscription from if you have like AMC regular on like cable. It's a whole separate platform. They also have like fantasy sci-fi shows like Interview with the Vampire and all those ones from the Anne Rice universe, which I'm going to talk about more later.
From right? From is in AMC.
No, From is on MGM Plus.
MGM Plus. Sorry about that, guys.
From is on. it's confusing. It's so much. That's why we here. We here. But yeah, so From is MGM Plus. It's one of like a few sci-fi offerings they have on there. So I'm not gonna hit on MGM Plus today, but you can watch From on there. All right, next slide. Okay, so Paramount Plus, of course, is the home of all things Star Trek. You can watch old Star Trek, new Star Trek. The current one that they have is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and they have a new one coming out next year, Starfleet Academy. So that's all things Star Trek on Paramount Plus. There's also anything that you can find on CBS, you can find on Paramount Plus. So like the Ghost series, I usually stream it on Paramount Plus because I never catch it on CBS. So I usually watch them like 2 episodes at a time. So I usually stream it on Paramount Plus. There's also Halo, and all of the movies from the Transformers franchise are also on Paramount Plus. So you can, if you're a Transformers fan, like my sister watches them probably once a week. She has Transformers on her TV. So
wow,
she probably uses our Paramount Plus subscription more than anybody. But yeah, so you can watch all of those on there. And next, Netflix, of course, has a very expansive catalog. But they have a lot of offerings that are in the animated and non-animated realm. I like a lot of their animated shows. As you guys know, I'm an animation fan. If it's animated, I'm gonna watch it because I like how you can go further with the animation than they can with real human bodies. There's a lot of sci-fi on Netflix. Here are just a few of the ones that I enjoy. If you go on Netflix and type in the search bar science fiction or sci-fi movies, a lot will come up. Not everything, just because their search engine, I don't think it's the best one as far as searching for things that you want if you don't know the exact name. But a lot will come up. So there's a lot of offerings on Netflix. Next, HBO Max. Where's mine? So HBO Max has more fantasy sci-fi, in my opinion. More of their things are in the fantasy realm, like House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, Dune. Prophecy is a Dune show based off the Dune movies and books. Now, you can also find all the Dune movies on HBO Max. So if you haven't seen those, you can watch all of those and the TV show, which occurs before the events of the movies. All the Game of Thrones shows, they do Game of Thrones show coming out pretty soon. Oh, my dog is barking at your dog. He's like, who is it?
Who in my house? My mama doing a podcast.
Right. He's like, what is happening? One of my favorite series on there that I included here is Watchmen. If you haven't seen Watchmen, it is like one of the best watches out there as far as like a sci-fi show that also has a good mix of drama and like character development. Like I think it's like one of the best. Hey baby. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. So then also one of my favorite shows, Westworld, is also on HBO Max.
Isn't that an excellent show?
It is like they did so much with that show.
Yes, they did.
Like,
They had me in drama.
And they feel like every season, of course, the way they wrote it, every season was different, and they went
Yes.
further and further with the AIs. But I think it wrapped up beautifully. So if you haven't seen Westworld, it is a good binger. You can binge that like easily.
Yes.
All right.
And they touch on a lot of different subjects, which is really great.
They do. It's kind of philosophical at some points, but it's still so like action packed.
Yes.
Very, very good. All right. So Disney Plus is the official home of all things Star Wars and Marvel. Disney has, of course, acquired Hulu, so you can watch anything that you watch on Hulu also on Disney Plus. Sorry, anything you watch on Hulu, you can watch on Disney Plus. Not the other way around though. So you can't watch Hulu Disney Plus things on Hulu, but you can watch anything on Hulu on Disney Plus. So if you get the Disney Plus subscription, you can do both. So since you can do that, Disney Plus, you can also watch all of the Alien films and the new
Yes.
show Alien Earth. You can also watch that on Disney Plus, which is Alien Earth.
Yes. But I have a question about Disney Plus and Hulu.
Okay.
So you don't need to get both subscriptions, or how would it be
here's
best
how I do it.
served?
Here's how I do it. I have both subscriptions only because I like to watch. I use my Hulu for more my live TV. I also do Stars through Hulu. So it's like I use Hulu for that. So for like other things, not things I can find on Disney Plus. I also do watch Alien Earth on Hulu just because I already started it over there. But you can watch it on Disney Plus. So if you're not looking for other shows, if you're strictly on certain fandoms, like if you like Star Wars, if you like Marvel, if you like the Alien franchise, like they are very much on fandoms over there. So
Okay.
if you are on particular fandoms,
They'll have them all. They have them all grouped together.
Yeah, it's very
Got
easy to find. It's very easy to find on there. It's a very good search platform if you're looking for certain things. They also have them in chronological order on the Star Wars page, like as far as
Yes,
like,
they do.
how
I
you can
like
watch
them.
them. Yes.
They offer them.
My brain loves that organization.
Well, they have them in release order. They have them in chronological order,
Yep.
timeline order, all that.
Any
So
way your brain
Yeah.
works, they got it.
Yeah.
They got it.
that's how Leah likes to watch the Marvel movies, because then she can
Yeah.
just go down the
Oh,
line.
yeah, they do it like that on the Marvel page too. So yeah,
Yeah.
we use Disney Plus and Hulu in my house. Just because, like I said, we're tied into the fandoms on Disney Plus, and then Hulu, you can watch all kinds of other shows, anything that comes on ABC or anything that's like, because I don't have regular cable. I'm unplugged.
Yeah,
So
me too.
anything that you will watch on like regular cable, I watch on Hulu. So
Yeah, I do streaming platforms
yeah,
only
yeah,
also.
strictly,
Hmm.
yeah. Because I never would catch anything like how we used to watch things live. I just, if it's
Yes, I would
possible for me
not
to
be
watch
able to
things
do
live
it.
now,
Hmm.
right? So I catch up on things all in one sitting sometimes. So yeah. So that's Disney Plus. And then I think the next one, I think we already did Paramount Plus. I think the next one
Oh,
would be Apple TV,
I'm
maybe?
yes,
Yes.
Apple
Okay.
TV. I'm sorry, I must have put it in twice. My apologies.
It's okay. If you know me, you know I'm going to talk about Apple TV. Okay. If this isn't your
Mhm.
first time, you already know. I'm gonna push Apple TV just because I think that as far as sci-fi offerings, if you wanted to get the subscription for a month or two, you could fill up on sci-fi. You don't have to have it all the time, the subscription all the time. I feel like most of these shows are good as a binge watch. So you could fill up on this 2 months at a time and then cancel your
Yeah.
subscription. You don't have to have it all the time. Because also,
And
as we
one of
know,
the great things about Apple TV is you don't have to have a Mac or Apple product to view it
right,
on. Because
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't, and I just use my browser
Yeah,
to go on app. And I 90% of the time I'm like on my tablet, not even on my
yeah, yeah,
computer.
yeah,
But you can
yeah.
use your computer, your tablet, your
Anything you can do an
phone.
app store. You can download the app.
Yeah.
It's an app. You can use
Yeah,
your
the app
browser.
is a little bit tricky when you have an Android. For some reason, I
Oh,
haven't
really?
been able to get it to work. So I
I haven't
keep
tried
it
it
on
on
the
my phone
browser.
because I
I
also have
keep it on
Android
the
phone.
browser.
I also have Android phone, but I haven't tried it on my phone. I usually just watch it on my Fire Stick. I download on my Fire TV and
Yeah,
just watch it that way, and
exactly. You
it
can
works
do that.
perfectly.
Roku, it
Yep,
works on
yep.
Roku
Roku
as
too. Yeah,
well.
yeah. It
Hmm.
works perfectly fine. You just sign up for the subscription, usually around like end of the year or like sometime in the beginning of the year they'll do like 99 cents for 3 months, like things like that.
Yeah.
I know through Amazon
Mhm.
Prime if you do it that way.
Yeah.
But like I said, you can binge these shows 2 months at a time, and then you don't have to have the subscription for the entire year. Only because
Yeah.
as sci-fi fans, we know that it takes them a long time to make these shows. So we're waiting. Most of the time, you're just waiting. You're just sitting there waiting on the show to come out. Like right now, the only current offerings they have on there is the Foundation and Invasion. Those are the only two that are currently streaming new episodes, and they're nearing,
Mhm.
both of them are at the middle point of their seasons. So,
Exactly.
if you didn't want to get it yet, you can get it after they're done. But I scream to the hilltop for this streaming service because there's so many movies, so many sci-fi TV shows you can watch. If you are a fan of anything of the
And the thing is
MonsterVerse,
that it's really good quality
That's what I was
sci-fi.
yeah,
just gonna say. Is that it's high quality?
yeah, yeah. It's not
Yep.
just like a bunch. Like I know Netflix has a bunch, but you got to kind of figure out, is this worth me my time? But like this, I feel like they don't throw their pocket, their money behind anything that they can't go big budget with, because everything is like big budget. Nothing is like bad CGI or bad storytelling. They have great writers on their series. Like it's big budget over there, of course, because it's Apple. But I think even their non-sci-fi offerings are pretty good. Like they have some
Mhm.
pretty good stuff. But we
Yes.
can go to the next thing if you guys are ready.
Yes, now we're going to be talking about what is going to come up next in sci-fi TV and movies. Tiffany has got us completely covered here, guys.
Yes, I do. I have scoured the web for everything that is coming up. Now, I have stretched I have stretched us far all the way to December. Just to let you guys know, our loyal viewers, we will be doing another what's coming up next in November, but I wanted to go ahead and include December so you could be ready. I'm going to bring it up again in
Yes.
November, just letting you guys know.
Yes.
I'm going to bring the December stuff up again. Okay. So, Percy Jackson and the Olympians season 2 is coming on December 10th. Finally. Oh my God. I have been waiting so long for this. Of course, the kids are older. Everything is aged up because as kids do, they grow up.
Yes,
And
they do. I mean, like, really, who told them to do that?
who told
They
them
so
we didn't want them to
cute
be
when they
babies?
little.
I know. Side note, guys, I want to mention something that happened to me last night, just, as a personal quip. last night I always tell my kids, I love them before we go to sleep, of course. And last night,
Yes.
usually my daughter, who's autistic, she usually just says good night. She just says good night to me. She doesn't say I love you back. So she's just like, whatever, good night. Sometimes she'll say okay, or acknowledge that I
Okay,
said it,
love
or give me a kiss or
that.
something. She'll like give me a kiss, just to show that she knows that she loves me. But last night she was like, I was like, I love you, and she was like, I love you too so much.
Oh, we love her,
I
little
was like, wait a minute.
queen.
I just rolled over like, okay, not a big
Mm-mm.
deal. But yeah, so that happened to me last night. But anyway, okay, so back to this. So this season of Percy Jackson, they're going to the Sea of Monsters. If you don't know, this series is about Percy Jackson, a demigod, son of Poseidon, and his quest to basically find himself. And along the way, a lot of crazy stuff happens, and he gets mixed up in a lot of different adventures. It is based on a YA book, and so if you want to read the books, you can. But they also had a couple movies come out about this that we don't talk about. Um, we only talk about the first one. We don't talk about the other ones that came out a couple years ago, probably earlier part of the second decade of this century. But yeah, so Percy Jackson, super excited about that. Next, I think Disney Plus still Marvel Zombies. Now they kind of just threw this at us because
I
this
need to know about this because I did not see anything on this. What?
right, they
You
kind of
know,
just
I have to see and read all things zombies because
right.
when the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm gonna be ready. I'm
Right.
ready.
You love zombies, but
I
they
do. Me
kind
and
of
zombies are besties.
just threw this at us because well we kind of knew it was coming. So Marvel did come out in 2021 with a series called What If, and one of the
Mhm.
episodes in that series was What If Marvel Zombies. So what if some
Yeah.
of our favorite Marvel characters were zombies? And it was a very good episode, and it was based on the comic Marvel Zombies, which has a very extensive run, which shows all things zombies. If you want to read those, all of your favorite characters are zombies. Okay, but we don't really know exactly which characters they're going to focus on in all of the marketing material. We do see Thanos, zombie Thanos. Pretty
Oh,
sure
like that.
Yes, pretty sure zombie Scarlet Witch is gonna be there because she was like the main focus of the What If episodes, and I think they do already have Elizabeth Olsen as a voice actor for this. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get Scarlet Witch. But yeah, they kind of just threw this at us. We knew it was coming, but they hadn't announced a date. It was just kind of back in the backlog. But this is coming out on September 24th, and it's a
That's
four
right around my
episode.
birthday too.
Listen, right? It's a gift for
Oh.
you. It's only gonna there's only gonna be 4 episodes though. So
That's all I
It's a
need.
limited
soak it
series.
in. It's a mini series, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of put a feeler out there. How do we feel about them going into more of
Before
the
they do a season two
yeah.
on it.
I
Yeah.
think like before they go more into like the side lore of Marvel Comics. This is like a side
Yes.
lore. It doesn't have anything to do
Yeah.
with the main timeline. And they have a couple of different stories in the side lore that I think people are interested in. I think they're just trying to throw this out there to see if it catches. So they can be just focus more on those stories too. Like they're like, oh, we don't have to do everything that has this big story that ties into this big
Yes.
timeline. We can do these little side stories that people don't have to know about anything else to watch, because I don't think you
Exactly.
need to know about any of the other properties. I mean, of course, it helps if you know some of the characters already, but I don't think you have to watch any of the other properties to watch this.
Right.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think a fan of zombies can pick this up pretty easily. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this. And this is the 24th. It comes
Yes,
out in
the
September.
24th September. Right
Disney
around the corner.
Plus.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Next we have Star Wars Visions Volume 3. This series it's an anthology series in the Star Wars world, but it has nothing to do with any of the current properties. Okay, so it's not tied directly into any of the current properties, and I love this animation style. It varies from episode to episode, and it features animators from all over the world, all different genres of animation. So it's like some of it looks like traditional anime, some of it is like I know like the first episode of Visions was like a black and white, like hand drawn animation,
Oh,
like it was
nice.
beautiful. It was beautiful. But all of it is Star Wars through and through. There's Jedi everywhere. There's Sith. It's Star droids everywhere. It is Star Wars through and through. This is the third volume. Again, it's an anthology series, so each episode is different and they don't tie in together. And this third volume is coming out on October 29th. So you can
This is
catch up on the
excellent.
other two volumes if you want, and then come in on this one. But I think it's an excellent watch, especially if you just want a little Star Wars in between the big properties. Like you
Now,
just
is
want
it
to
kids
feel,
friendly?
huh?
Is it kids friendly?
I mean, as much as Star Wars can be, people are getting stabbed with lightsabers, but you know, if you
Yeah.
it's much as
Parental
much as Star.
discretion.
Yeah, yeah. So this your discretion if you want your kids to see people getting stabbed with lightsabers. There's no blood. It is TV 14, I believe. So there's no like bloody gore. Just traditional Star Wars stuff because they don't really show blood in the regular Star Wars either. Because with lightsabers, there's no blood. It's cauterized. So if you cut
Exactly.
somebody's head off, there's no blood. Um, so
Sounds
um,
like a plan to me.
Right. So I think if you're not a fan of gore, but you still like that action packed, Star Wars storylines, they're like little side stories of other people in the universe that you don't regularly get to see. Other Jedi that you don't know or Sith that you don't know. It's just random people from the galaxy. But I love it. So
Yes.
yeah, this is a good watch. I would recommend. And then the next one is Wonder
Okay,
Man.
we gotta talk about this.
Look,
What is
Rita,
this and who is this brother with the
Yaya
70s
Abdul Mateen.
fro?
Yes,
I
Yaya
need to
Abdul
know who
Mateen.
this man is.
He is excellent in everything he's in. So
Ooh.
stretching back to when I talked about Watchmen, I don't want to spoil anything for Watchmen if you haven't seen it, but he's also in that. He has a pretty big role in Watchmen. He was also last seen, I believe, in Aquaman. He's like the big bad in that movie. Um,
Oh, I think
mhm.
I know who he is.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. So
But
this
I like this look he's got going on.
it's gonna be a crazy series. I already know, but they haven't given us anything. All we know is based on the Wonder Man comic series. Wonder Man is a superhuman. He has strength, immortality, flight, teleportation, and shape shifting abilities. But they haven't told us exactly how they're gonna do it in this series. The only promo teaser we have is them showing him in like a Hollywood actor's interview and saying he's there to read for the part of Wonder Man. So I think they're gonna do it kind of like how they did She-Hulk. It's gonna be kind of like a play on the character. I don't really know what they're gonna do, and
Yeah.
I'm just down for the ride because not only did they use a person of color, a black man for this role when he's not, of course, traditionally black in the comic, but
Yes.
also they use somebody with range. He has sci-fi experience. I think that he'll be able to carry this series well. They've also already cast a number of people from the Wonder Man comic for this, including his brother, who's like his main arch enemy. So, so I think this is gonna be a good watch. This is gonna be coming out December of this year. They haven't put an exact date on it yet on Disney Plus, but it will be coming in December. So they're probably
So
gonna throw a date at
hopefully, when we do this again in November,
I'll
you'll
have the
have some
exact
more
date.
info.
Exactly. And hopefully they'll have a big trailer out for it and we'll have, we can have
We
some stuff
need a
to bounce
trailer because
off.
I'm down with it. His brother looking fine.
It's gonna
Yes.
be so good. I'm excited to see him have like powers again, just to see him in that kind of role. But yeah, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good, guys. Keep a lookout. I'll have more later. Okay, last one from Disney Plus. We have The Doomies. This one is very gonna be kid friendly. It's kind of like what they would have had on like Disney Channel back in the day,
Okay.
but like of course Disney Channel isn't a thing. They don't have like kids shows anymore on there. But everything's on Disney Plus. So this one is follows best friends Bobby and Rami who accidentally open a portal to the underworld, transforming their serene coastal town into a hotbed of monstrous activity. So there's gonna be little monsters, and they're gonna have to fight them off. And of course, they're kids, so they don't know what they're doing. Like in this picture, one of them has drawn like runes on his arm. Like they're messing with stuff they don't know what they're doing. But I think it's gonna be a cute little watch. it gives me definitely vibes of like old Disney Channel shows. So I think I'm gonna watch it once the series, like, I mean, the season wraps. I think I'll probably binge it.
I think
Um,
it's a cute way also to introduce younger children to
yeah,
sci-fi and
yeah,
fiction, science fiction and fantasy type shows.
yes, exactly, and like get them like on like demons and aliens without them being like scary.
Exactly.
I think it'll be good, and like
And I
little
like the
tiny witchcraft
mischief
things.
idea of the kids getting into mischief.
Yes, that's like very 80s, right? Like it gives you like
Right?
those
Yeah.
kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Kids always, because back then, of course, we were like outside kids. Like these kids now are not
So
outside kids.
you
These
think it's a
are
play on like the Goonies?
I think so because of the name,
Maybe.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I think so. I thought that's what I thought initially when I saw it. I thought it was gonna be like something like that, but it does give those same vibes. Kids getting into stuff, being outside, doing things they ain't got no business doing, and ultimately having to save the world behind their parents' back. I think that's what this is gonna give. Uh but this is set for later. They have it set for the fall schedule, but they haven't announced a date yet. So I'll probably have more on that in November. Hopefully it'll already have come out. But if it has, I'll still mention that it came out when we come back.
That'd be a good thing for their fall their Halloween lineup.
Uh-huh. I think
Oh,
so
that
too.
would be excellent.
I think so
Yes.
too, yeah. For the promo for the Halloween shows, I think that would be a good one to add in. I
Yeah.
agree. But this is on Disney Plus. All right, let's keep it going.
Ooh, we got to watch.
Prime Video. Gen V is a spinoff of the superhero show The Boys. If you haven't seen The Boys and you're into like lots of violence, but also like a crazy, weird take on superheroes, you should definitely check that out as well. This also on Prime Video, but this one is a spinoff of that. Um, it focuses on the superheroes created by a company called Vought. This series explores the young suits in their time at Godolphin University. This comes out on September 17th. This is season 2, so you can already binge season 1, which was the craziest ride.
Oh my God, excellent too.
The
I loved it.
craziest freaking ride. But again, it's very violent. So if you're not into that kind of sci-fi, this ain't for you. I would not recommend.
Yeah.
But if you're okay with that, there's lots of like conspiracy theory type things that are going to be happening in season 2. There's and I think they have another series coming out in this same universe, and so it's all tied into the conspiracy of what's going to happen in that series. That one is going to be a prequel, which I didn't include because it's not coming out till next year. But that one's going to be a prequel for this. But I think that I'm interested to see how they, because one of their actors, he passed away, and one of the main characters. So I'm interested to see how they work the storyline in. I've already seen some things where I think they're gonna kill him in the show too, to kind of add to the conspiracy. And so I think they're going that route, which a lot of shows try not to do when their actor passes away in real life. But I think they're going that route. So if that's gonna trigger you, do not watch this, because
And
I'm
they
pretty
have
sure.
an incredibly diverse cast.
Yes, yes, yes.
I
I love
love
the
it.
character who plays Marie, which is the main character. I've loved
Mhm.
her since Sabrina, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which is on Netflix. I've loved her
Mhm.
since that. And I think that when they cast her for this, I was like, this is gonna be interesting, because having a young black actress as the focal point of a big series like this, especially when on The Boys, like they treat anyone who's not white as token, like as part of the show, like that's part of the conspiracy of The Boys, like you are like not supposed to be here type thing. But
Yep.
I think this is very interesting with the diversity of the cast. I agree with you on that. I'm super excited about this. Again, September
Me too.
17th. It's going to be one episode a week, guys.
Oh
Oh,
So
boy.
that's gonna kill me. One episode a week.
I know I was holding up on saying that, but yes,
Mm-mm.
one episode per week. So maybe, binge it, but I'm going to watch every episode every week just because
Me too. Because this
I
is so
can't,
good. I
as
gotta
soon as
watch
I
it.
see it pop up, I'm going to be like, turn it on, give it to
Mhm.
me. But yeah, so that's that one. And then next we have Fallout.
Yes.
So anticipated. Season 1 was
Yes.
so good.
So good.
it was like one of the best series last year. It was so good. And okay, so season 2 is going to be on December 17th. Um, hold on. Sorry guys. It's getting real loud over here. Hey, turn down just a little. All right, so this is going to be on December 17th, and this is based on the post-apocalyptic thriller video game. Now this also has comedy in it, so if you're into like your apocalypse with a little bit of comedy, a little bit of like kooky
Mm-hmm.
machines type thing, because everything in here is not traditional. It's kooky, like a video game. It's like, you
Yeah.
know, everything is weird. It's a weird sci-fi. And so, but I'm interested because the trailer shows a lot of things that a lot of characters we haven't met. They're going to be in New Vegas, of course. She's following her dad. I'm not going to spoil season 1, but there's a lot going to be happening. Conspiracy theories, drama, thriller. This one is also pretty, I don't want to say bloody because it's not as much blood as the boys, but this one is also pretty like the action is very, it's not for
Intense.
kids. It's right. It's
Mm-hmm.
intense. Yes, yes. The action
Yeah.
parts are intense. So
Yeah, but it
advisory
is
if you
so
want your
well
kids to
done
watch it.
though. The
Yeah,
acting,
Yes.
the script is amazing. If you're into that post-apocalyptic theme, this is it. This is the one to watch for sure. I absolutely love this show. I can't wait to see it in December. This is
I
so
know.
good.
I know.
Yes.
I'm so excited about
Pew,
this.
pew, pew.
All right. Next up, we have.
Okay, we gotta talk about this. Guillermo del Toro, Frankenstein. What's
Yes,
happening,
yes.
Guillermo?
Guillermo, I love everything he does because his style is
Everything he
so
does is
it's
so good.
so good. As soon as they slap his name on it, I'm instantly like, I don't care what it's about. I'm gonna watch it. Now this one is going to
Hmm.
be also this is a movie, and it's gonna be also released in theaters first and then to Netflix. So they're doing kind of trying to do that kind of platform. They're trying to release some stuff in theaters, see if it catches on. They'll probably do more of that in the future if this is a big theaters release. If the box office is good, they'll probably start doing more of this with their movies, especially ones they put a lot of money behind.
Yes.
Because I think they want to try to make more money off of it, of course. And with using Guillermo's name, I think they will. Because this will probably be interesting to watch on the big screen. Now,
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
yeah,
and I'm like, you know, Frankenstein is one of these classic
yeah, yeah.
movies,
Now this
and
one
the book
is
is amazing. So to find out what it is that he's doing
gonna
with
do with
this,
it, right? Right? Right?
because
Now
Guillermo is out there. Guillermo
I
is
know
out there.
Oscar
Like
Isaac,
Guillermo, you need to come on this show and tell us what's happening here.
right? Right?
Cause I'm dying. I love me some Guillermo del Toro.
Now
I
they're gonna
wanna know.
Oscar Isaac is going to be playing Dr. Frankenstein in this movie. Who I mean, excellent in everything he's in. But
Yes.
also they're going to be focusing more on trying to make sure. I know that from interviews he said he wants to make sure that people can associate the monster versus actual Dr. Frankenstein, like have a different, like a separate association with them too. Even though, of course, he
Yes.
created the monster. A lot of people say Frankenstein, they think of the monster, of course, but he is the monster. The doctor is the monster.
Yes. He's the actual monster. I'm with him.
Right.
Because he
So
created this tragedy
exactly. So the
of a
tagline,
person.
only monsters play God, is going to tie directly into showing that Frankenstein, the doctor, is the actual monster of this series. So it
Yes.
will explore that. And of course, his monster that he creates. But it's going to be in theaters on the 17th of October, which is right before Halloween. And then it's going to come to Netflix streaming on November 7th. So
Yes.
you can watch this at home in November. So I think it'll be a good watch either way. I'm ready. All
I'm
right.
ready for it too.
Next up we have Wolf King. This is very kid friendly, but also a great animation series for anybody who's, of course, not a kid. This one explores the story of Drew as he comes of age and discovers he's the last in a long line of werewolves and the rightful yet reluctant ruler of a land governed by werelords. So this is all about werewolves, okay? And his transformation into a wolf and the leader of the clan. So this is the final season too. This will be season 2, set for September 11th, and it is the final season in the series. So But I think it's a cute little watch, especially if you have kids that are into fantasy. This one is it's a good kids show.
Alrighty.
All right, next up.
Now, are we doing? Is this the last season for this?
Yes, so this season is gonna come in two parts or three parts. Yeah, it's gonna come in three parts. Volume one is November 26th. Volume two is on Christmas, and then the finale, the last episode, is gonna be on New Year's Eve. So
Really?
so they're spreading this out, but because I think this is going to be big. I think they're giving us a chance to digest each part because I think this is going to be big. It's the final season. One last adventure is the tagline because they're gonna. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't watched any of these seasons because anything I say about the finale is gonna tell what happens in the other seasons. But I will say that this show is 80s nostalgia TV movie through and through. It has
Yes,
all
that's
all
true.
the things you're looking for that kind of feeling, that like ET or the Goonies, that like kids getting into shit kind of feel. Like it has it. But in this one, the kids are in danger, girl. they 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 in danger for real, okay? Like they do not shy away from
I love
villain
the image
characters.
in the back. That red image. It's really a face, a scary
Yeah.
face.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the big bad. Vecna
That's the
is
big
the big
bad.
bad. Yes. And he want to kill these kids. These kids are in danger. They are in
Oh no,
danger.
they got to run, but they're
Yeah.
80s
So
kids, so they'll survive.
right. But I love this series because they're not afraid to go there as far as it's actual stakes for the characters. They're not safe. Things happen to the kids all the time. Things happen to the parents. Like no character is safe in this series. I think if you haven't watched it and you want to pick it up, I would say it's one of the best binge watches that Netflix has to offer. So you can watch it straight through. I want to say I think only one of the seasons wasn't my favorite. I want to say it was season 3, but it still was pretty good. I think I just didn't like the way that they structured the story, but that's just my opinion, of course. A lot of people really rave about season 3. But this is a good watch. I would recommend it to anybody who likes this genre and likes like a good monster show because there are monsters in this show. So I like this one. All right. So now on to AMC Plus and what's coming up on their platform.
This looks very
Now,
interesting.
if you are
Oh
an
yeah,
Anne Rice TV show fan, you know all about the
Yes.
Talamasca.
oh
They
yes,
are the undercover agency that's behind the scenes trying to protect the world from supernaturals. And kind of like the supernatural police, they're keeping a watch on everything in this universe. So we really got more of them in the this last season of the Mayfair Witches. If you watch that, there's a
yes,
lot of the Talamasca, yeah, in that. And so I like that they showed more of them in that. And then when they said they were going to do a series, I'm in. There's going to be all kinds of
yes,
supernaturals in this series. So if you're
I
into the
love it.
fantasy sci-fi genre, this is one for you. And if you haven't seen the other Anne Rice offerings, which is the Interview with the Vampire and the
So
Mayfair
good.
Witches, also excellent watches to get through
yes.
AMC Plus. You can watch all those seasons. This one is going to be, of course, one episode a week, coming out on October 26th.
They're just trying to kill us with this at one episode a week.
Coming out on October 26th. And I'm excited about this because I want to see all the other magical creatures that they are policing, all the other supernatural
Yeah.
things that are happening in this world. I want to know. And of course, there's a conspiracy at the heart of everything that's going on at the Talamasca, which we kind of got a little hint of in the Mayfair Witches season 2. But yeah,
Yes,
I'm
we
excited
did.
about this one. I'm going to be tuned in on October 26th watching this 100%. I think it's a good one for the Halloween
So am
time.
I.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so on to Paramount Plus. Like I spoke about earlier, Ghost, you can watch that on Paramount Plus. They already have a 2-season pickup. Their next season is coming out on October 16th, and then they're gonna get another season after that. So it's a good one to invest your time into. It is
It is
hilarious.
so funny. It's so good.
It is
Oh my God. It is so
hilarious.
good. They gave them 2 seasons instead of
Yes,
one.
instead of
Think
one.
about how good it is.
It's hilarious. I think even just this picture showing that he can't see the ghost. Like he just thinks he's at dinner with her, and like she can see the ghost. Like I think even the picture is hilarious. But every character, they do such a good job with a big cast. They have a huge cast, and they give every character a turn. Like you
Yes.
know about every character easily. It doesn't feel congested. Everything flows really well, and again, it is hilarious.
And
Like
this is the American version of the British
yes,
on Ghost,
yes,
which is
yes.
also
Also
on
on Paramount.
Paramount.
Yes,
And it's
exactly.
good.
It's
They just
hilarious
ended.
as well.
And they had a beautiful ending. You guys have to
Yeah,
watch that
yeah,
one. It's really
yeah,
good.
yeah. That one is
Mhm.
also equally hilarious, and especially if you can, because like British humor, I will say I watch a lot of British shows. The British humor is of
Me
course a
too.
little bit different
It's
than
different. It's
ours,
a little
It's
different.
a little
but
dry.
yeah,
Yeah.
just a little bit at some points. I think this one is way funnier. Just because I can get all the references, and I think their writing cast is more comedians. But one
Yeah.
thing I like about the other one is that the ghosts, like there's two sets of ghosts in both shows. One are the main ghosts, and they have like the basement ghosts. A little tidbit
Yes.
from the UK one: the basement ghosts are the same actors that play the main ghosts, just in basement clothes. Like I thought
Yes,
that was
that's true.
hilarious.
Like, do you think people are
You
not
don't
going to
know
notice
notice,
that?
right? I thought that was a hilarious little thing from that one. But yeah, both of them are available to watch
Yes,
on Paramount Plus.
absolutely. And they're
Um
so much fun to watch.
yes,
Absolutely.
Yes, they
yes.
are.
All right. So
Yay!
What's happening here?
I just wanted to touch on the Starfleet Academy show that they don't have any. They do have a trailer out already for it, but they don't
So
have
good.
they haven't really told us much else about it. But we do know that it's coming out early next year, 2026. Of course, Paramount Plus is the home of all things Star Trek. Um, sorry, all things Star Trek. And if you wanted to I don't think you need to see any of the other shows to watch Starfleet Academy. But I'm not gonna tell you not to watch the other shows, okay? Because they are all good, pretty good watches on their own. But
Yes.
yeah, but that's the next one coming out is Starfleet Academy. I'll have more on them hopefully on the November show. So I just wanted to mention it so it'll be kind of on your list and on your radar so we don't
And if
forget
you
we have
haven't
one
watched
coming.
the trailer, look for the trailer because
Yes,
they give you these little
so
Easter
good.
eggs, and you're going, are they going to touch on this? Are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? And then they show you this side profile of a
Yes,
female Gem Hadar, which, if you know Deep Space Nine, there's
yeah,
only males.
yeah. And
So,
that right, right. And we do know that they're like from the trailer, they say that they're the first class, back at the academy after the events, and so
yes.
we know that this is going to be like a thing where they show them coming back to school after something has happened.
Yeah.
There you go, baby. There you go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the great thing about the Starfleet Academy is, you know, it's easier if you know some of the history of
Hmm.
of the alien species.
Yeah,
When they showed that female Gem
yeah,
Hadar, it's
yeah,
exciting
yeah.
because the Dominion had eliminated all the females and were breeding only male soldiers. So it wasn't that they didn't have females as support;
Hmm.
they just got killed by the Dominion.
Hmm.
So it's interesting. Like once they have to touch on what happened to the Dominion. You
Yeah,
know, did they
yeah.
break up?
I
Did
think, yeah, they're
they
definitely gonna
once
mention.
they started to evolve? How did they get these women? It's gonna be really interesting if they
Yeah,
touch on these things.
yeah.
And
Also, I
it's set
think,
in the future timeline, right?
yeah.
The
Yes, the
Discovery
future
timeline.
timeline.
Yes, yes. So that's what I was gonna say. I think it'll be interesting to see how they talk about the past, like what is there, what's the past for them? Like, is it the one that we've already seen? Like, I think I'm kind of confused on where they're gonna go with that, but I'm excited to see how they're
Yeah,
gonna, it, you know,
Yeah, I
I'm
want to go to history class.
excited.
right?
I'm excited because they showed a picture, a sort of a picture of of Cisco, Captain Cisco, and it was like emissary of the prophet, the
Right,
majority
right,
prophets,
right.
and you're like, are we gonna get? Because what people don't realize that if you read this books, it tells you when he comes back from being with the prophets. But
Oh,
the storyline doesn't show you anything on film. Like there's nothing TV or movie that tells
oh,
you about this. But it's in the books. So are they going to touch on that based on the books, or are they going to create something completely different for the
right, right.
canon of television? That is so intriguing to me. I
They have
can't
so
wait.
much they can do though. Like I think
Hmm.
like with any of the Star Trek stories, they have so much they can like add to this or do that. And I will tell you if they do bring up the Borg, my mom is gonna scream. She freaking is tired of the Borg.
Right.
I love them.
I'm with
But
you,
she's like, give
Mama.
us something
That's
new.
I
It's
love
been
them, but I'm
years.
here.
sick of it. Yeah.
Yes, I love them, but I'm
It
also
seems
I
like
want
a
some. They're like, give us something new. It's space. There's
yeah,
expansive.
it seems like a cop out. Like, oh,
Yeah,
of course it's the Borg
it's the
again.
Borg,
Like you
right?
couldn't come up with something else. Like,
I mean,
oh,
unless the Borg has decided to join the Federation,
That would
and
be
leave
which
interesting.
their
they
evil
may,
ways.
That would be
which
interesting.
maybe they could because of Picard and
Yeah, I
or
was gonna
the
say the
Night
events of
Borg now.
Picard. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hmm.
Which is also an excellent
Yeah,
watch. All of the offerings are so good. I love the expansive universe. Picard was like really nostalgic. As far as bringing back old characters, things like that. But they also offered new things, so it's not all nostalgia. Um,
Yeah.
exactly.
and my sister watched it, and she hasn't. Y'all don't kill her. She hasn't seen the Next Generation, but she did. She did watch Picard, and so, but she could catch on to what was going on. She didn't need to know any of the characters, but of course, you need to know the characters. I'm just gonna say it out loud.
Yes.
But
You just gonna throw her under the bus.
she's like, you need to know. She's like, this is good. I'm like, you don't even know what's going on, girl. But
That's the thing. You'll miss so much if you don't know the
know the
storyline.
lore. Yeah, you need to know. You
Yeah.
need to know why this is such high stakes for these characters. And with Starfleet
Exactly.
Academy, I think the last
Or
time
the
we saw,
inside jokes like
right.
between Deanna and
Yes.
Will and Worf and yeah.
I think the last time we saw the Academy was in the Kelvin timeline, right? In the movies when they showed the
Yes.
Academy. Yeah, I think that was the last
Yes.
we saw. We saw the Academy, so I'm ready for this. It's gonna be
I'm
good.
ready for this too.
All right, next up we have and guys, I'm gonna say sorry if you can hear nursery rhymes in the background. We're doing all the things here.
It's okay.
But
It's
anyway,
okay.
okay, so Monarch Legacy of Monsters is coming out with their new season. They haven't set a date for the new season, but it is going to be in the fall lineup for Apple TV. So
Even
probably
it
late 2025, probably I mean not January, Lord, November. November or December. But season 2 is gonna likely focus on Skull Island and Kong and diving deeper into the Apex cybernetics and Mecha Godzilla, all of that kind of stuff. Because season 1 definitely focused more on Monarch. And of course,
Yes.
Monarch and Apex, if you know the lore for the Monsterverse. If you don't, just hang on. I'm getting there. They kind of they interconnect at a lot of points, and so kind of just like the alien universe, how they have all those corporations that are working against and together to make
okay.
like this craziness happen. These two corporations work together and against each other. So I think we are going to see Kong and Skull Island in the next season, which I'm excited about. This series is a big budget, guys. They show the monsters. It's not just like a glimpse of
Yes.
Godzilla. No, no,
A
no,
full
no.
on
They
Godzilla.
yes, they show the monster. There's big fights in this. Some of them are bigger than they have shown in the movies. Like there's big fights in this. Lots of monsters. Excellent watch. Season 1 is already on Apple TV.
Yeah.
And then again, I'll keep you guys posted on season 2. Hopefully it'll already have put a date out when we talk about it again in November.
Yes.
All right. So next up is Silo.
Yes. Tell me about this. I'm dying.
I knew when I
Oh
sent you the
God.
picture, I knew you were gonna be dying. I was like, Nita's gonna die.
I love this show. It's so good.
Yes, it's
Guys,
so
this
good.
is
Now,
excellent acting here.
yes, and the play on the books is amazing. Now, they've already wrapped filming on season 3, And the season is expected to release either late this year, probably December, or early next year in their early January lineup. But they've already finished filming and post-production. Everything is done. They just haven't put the date yet. So let's fingers crossed that we get it in December, because it'll be excellent to take us into the new year with the season already
Yes.
playing, I think. So the second season is going to adapt the second book in Hugh Howey's collection, which is called Shift. It explores the creation of the silos and the before times. This will set up the plot points for the fourth and final season, because we're only going to get one more season after this. So there's only going to be a total of 4 seasons, because they're following the books. They don't want to go off script like some of these other shows do. They do books
Yes.
and kind of get all mixed up. They're not following the books exactly, but they're following the layout of how the books are written. Of course, they
And
add
that's a
things,
good
and there are
thing. That's
characters that
actually a
aren't.
good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. There are characters that aren't in the books in this series. So if you read the books, you'll still be surprised. But they do follow the blueprint of the books as far as main plot points. They're hitting those main plot points, but adding little details in the middle that I think they have come up since the books have come out, like little things that like make sense now that wouldn't have made sense then. Um, but yeah, I think this is gonna be so good. Again, guys, it will be one episode a week. I'm not. That's just my motto for today.
I think you set this all up. I think you talked to
It
all
was
the
a
shows and
scheme.
say, just do one at a time.
Look, it was a scheme. It was a scheme. But
You
yeah,
did. You did.
I'm excited about this though. I think that this is one of my like top shows like on my list. Like if you ask me like what are your favorite shows right now, I probably put this on there as far as like good storytelling, and like it still has those elements of like there's been an apocalypse, so you love that because I love an
Yes.
apocalypse sci-fi.
Me too.
So and then there's a conspiracy because in the last season they gave us that little flashback, and I need to know more about that. Like there's so
Exactly. What's that
many
about?
little things with the characters, and you can't get too fond of any characters. You never know what's gonna happen. Like there's high stakes, and I love that. I love that. But yeah, that's Silo. If you haven't seen it, season 1 is already. Season 1 and 2 are already up on Apple TV.
So you can binge
You
that.
can binge it out. Best way to watch it, honestly. All right,
Okay,
let's move
we
on
need
to
to
our
talk about
movie.
this. What is happening here?
I love that you don't go and
You
read up
keep
on
me
it when I send you
secret.
pictures.
You keep me secret.
I love that you don't read up. You're just like, I'm gonna
I
wait to see what
don't.
she said.
I don't. I don't.
Okay,
I
so
am a true fan of Tiffany's updates. So I wait for Tiffany.
this one is a crazy mashup of like ET and aliens put together, basically. So this is produced by Kevin Hart's Heartbeat production company. This is his first venture into sci-fi, and so I'm excited to see like how they do with this. So it follows Renee, played by Lulu Wilson, a teenage girl who finds an unlikely friend in an extraterrestrial creature. But this isn't like a cuddly like ET. This ain't a cuddly creature. This
That's
one
what
is
I'm
like
saying. I don't think I could hug
snarling,
him, like
razor
snuggle with
jaws.
him.
No, it's like razor jaws, and he has an appetite for like eating livestock. Like, despite all of that, they form a bond. And there's also going to be a government agency closing in on them. I think this is going to give us scratch that itch of like that kind of like Amblin feel that we used to get from like the ET movies. Like I think this
Yes.
gives that kind of, because the trailer definitely gives that kind of vibe. Like it's gonna be like this kid finding a friend in an unlikely place, like and a kid that's like not like a popular, like everybody loves this kid kind of kid, like an outcast kind of kid, and finding a
Yeah.
friend in an alien, and the government wants to come get that alien. So I think it's gonna combine all those little aspects. This is coming out on September 19th in theaters. So I am interested to see how Kevin Hart's company does with sci-fi. He said he wants to do more sci-fi. So hopefully this hits and they can do more.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
Kevin, do not disappoint us.
Hello. Now this
Okay,
one is of
Tron?
course big
What?
budget, big budget Tron Ares, October 10th. So in this Tron, mankind is gonna come in direct contact with the AI from the Tron universe. They have decided to bring, because if you're not familiar, in the universe, the Tron characters are kind of like a game. They're like inside of like a AI universe. They're not connected with the actual humans. But
Yes.
in this one, in the last couple of movies, they've kind of tried to bridge that, showing like people going into the universe, different things like that, trying to show more that they're connected more than we know. So in this one, they're gonna actually bring the AI into the human world as like to kind of trying to market them as like these indestructible fighters. Like, I can build you a
Yeah.
fighter. Like, if he dies, I can build you
I'll
another
just
one
build you another
instantly.
one. Yep.
Respawn
And
instantly.
stick the AI in that one.
But
Yep.
but this is not gonna go well, as we know. The AI is way smarter, more sophisticated than the humans, of course, and they're gonna get a real taste of the technology from that universe inside
People
of the
be
real
nice.
world
This is why I keep telling people be nice to your
to the
AI.
AI.
Say please, say thank you, say you're so
I'm
awesome to me always.
I'm telling you,
Be nice to the AIs, people.
this is gonna be like kind of like a thriller, basically, because there's gonna be so much going on that you really got to keep up. And I would suggest watching the other Tron movie just to be ready for this one, because they connect. They've shown a couple of the same characters in the trailer, so I think that you should watch the other one first.
Is the other one being streamed and where can they watch it?
Probably
Interesting
on
question.
Disney.
Interesting question, Sarah. Are you on the computer?
Oh, I'll
No,
do that.
but I'm pretty. It's
I'm on my
probably.
app.
I think it's a.
Eh,
Isn't it a Disney
Max.
property?
Let me let me
Maybe Max.
let
I'll
me
look
tell
it
you. I was
up.
gonna say I think Max. Tron
I thought it was.
Legacy is streaming on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I
This
thought it was a Disney movie. Yeah.
Yep, streaming on Disney Plus. So if you that what that means is that's good news. If you don't get to see this in theaters, if you wait a couple months, they're gonna show it on Disney Plus.
exactly.
Yeah. It's about. I think it because of all the things that happened with Scarlet, they push. It's about 4 to 5 months later from theater
Mm,
to Disney
mm.
Plus now.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
because we're still waiting for Thunderbolts, but
Oh,
it's
it just
okay.
came
Thank
on
God.
there. It's on there now. I think it
Yeah,
was yeah. I think it just came on there earlier this week, Thunderbolt. So
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, you have to wait because like she said, all the things that happened with I think the Black Widow movie, right? How
yeah.
they
Because they dropped it right away, and then it was a
she
whole
didn't make the
scandal
money.
because her contract was for box office, and then
Yeah,
she didn't get any box office because everybody
yeah.
watched it at home, which is
Right,
like,
right.
well, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, I
no, it
agree with
isn't.
that. But
But they knew, the thing is that they knew they were going to do that. And that's the
yeah.
sad thing.
To a woman,
Yeah,
of course. But they
Mhm.
yeah,
but yeah, but eventually you'll be able to watch this if you're not a movie theaters person. Eventually you will be able to watch this at home.
yeah.
Probably next year at some point. Um but yeah, so probably like, spring break. This will be your spring break movie if you don't watch
Easter.
it in theaters, right? Right? Good little color around the Easter baskets. All
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
Next up, now this has been pushed
I need to know about this.
as
Tell
of
me what's
today,
happening.
though, Nita, they have pushed this movie to next year. This
No.
Oh,
morning, yes, they announced it this morning. They pushed this movie to next year, to May.
No.
And which is crazy because I saw the trailer for this in the movie theater. They usually don't push movies once they have the trailers out. And the trailer,
Exactly.
the Red Band trailer, which is, if you don't know Red Band, that's like the most violent part of a trailer. The Red Band
Yes.
trailer got so many views, millions of views on YouTube. Like, this is like highly anticipated. And they ended up pushing it because they didn't want to compete with the other releases that are coming out in October, which
yeah,
I wasn't going
October
to
and
see any of
like
those anyway. I wasn't going to see the
yeah,
ones that they're competing with that same weekend. I was not going to see. But they,
I
yeah,
they,
need, you know why I want to watch this? Because I don't play the Mortal Kombat game. I don't know much about
uh-huh.
it, but I love him.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I would
We,
watch any TV show, any movie
Keith
he's
Urban,
in.
Keith
Keith
Yeah.
Urban.
Urban, that's my boo.
Yes. As we know from The
My
Boys, and
boo.
of course, as our Kelvin Timeline McCoy from Star Trek.
Yes.
We
Yes.
love him. We love him and everything he's in, but we're gonna have to wait till May of 2026 to see him. I think they're trying to capitalize. I think the last release from this studio was Final Destination, which also came out in May, and they made so much money, and they're like, oh, well, they already had
May's
some
a
May
good time
dates.
for movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're trying to do the May thing again. So they want to push it to May to try to recapture that money, that May magic. And also they already have the date blocked off because if you're not familiar, studios have to block off dates well in advance of what they're gonna do as far as releases. And they already had
Okay.
that date blocked off, but everybody speculated it would be for a different movie. But then they were like, no, we're gonna put this one in instead. So now they have nothing coming out October 24th. I'm so sorry, guys. We will not get to see. And this one is going to be good because they're actually, unlike the first one that this one is a sequel of, they're actually going to show us the characters from the game. Like, I know you say you don't play the game, Nita, but we didn't get a lot of
Yeah,
the
I
game
saw that in the
characters in
preview.
the first one. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of the game characters in this one.
Nice. I
You
like
know, so,
that.
and it's going to be violent. Do not watch this if you do not like the violence. This is
We are good with the violence in sci-fi
But
queens.
I will bring
Okay.
this one right. I will bring this one back up next year when we, do another what's coming next. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, because I need to be kept appraised as to
I will bring it
all
up again. Don't
Keith
worry.
Urban, Keith
Right?
Urban, and Pedro Pascal.
I was gonna say
Right there,
that.
right there, right
Right,
there,
right, right,
together.
right. Pedro is locked in on being Mr. Fantastic right now, so I don't know if we'll
He
see
is
anything else from him.
So
fantastical.
so there's a joke that how can you tell if it's sci-fi or fantasy? If he has long hair, it's fantasy. If he has short hair, it's sci-fi.
Uh,
Because he was in Lord of the Rings,
yeah, he
and
was.
he was in Ragnarok,
Yep.
and and then he's in Star Trek, and he was Judge Dredd, and all of
Yeah.
Short
these
hair
things. So it's
is
like,
sci-fi. I
yeah,
That's
And what
funny.
was that TV show he was in? Um, I gotta think about. But Keith Urban was in a TV show that was a sci-fi, and he played a cop. And he was so
Um,
good. And I think, isn't it like an iRobot, kind of in the iRobot mentality? I gotta think about it. But yeah, he was really good. And everything he touches is so good.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
yeah.
Let's go
All right.
on to the next one.
All right. So of course I had to include this one just because it's not really sci-fi, but in my heart it's sci-fi. Okay, guys.
Oh,
I
sorry.
I
Sorry.
am
There you go.
this is
But
my whole
Nita's like, no.
No,
He was like, next,
that was a mistake. That was just a mistake. I'm so sorry.
Sure, Anita, sure. But this is my whole personality, okay? The Wicked movie was my personality for 3 months, okay? I could not let the soundtrack go for 3 whole months. And this one is going to be coming out on November 21st. It is a sequel to the first movie, Wicked, that came out last year.
Well, yeah,
And
they didn't want to compete with that.
right. coming But it's coming out a month later. I mean, they could have got the box office already locked in because the
Yes,
first 4
thank
weeks is really the
you.
most important part. But this
Yeah.
coming out a month later. But yeah, this is gonna be like the biggest movie in that part of the year. Pretty much until December when something else comes out. But this one follows. Comes up right after the other Wicked movie. Elphaba's already in exile. Glinda is popular. Everything is falling into place until they come back together. Now, again, this is based on the play Wicked, the Broadway play. So if you know the play, you already know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna spoil it because I do know what's gonna happen from the play. It's based on the second act of the play. I'm excited for this. I won't say anything else because I know it's not sci-fi. But yeah, we can move on. Now you can go, Nita. There you go.
Yes.
Avatar.
I don't know
Fire
why
and
people had an
Ash.
issue with Avatar. I mean, I
Yes,
know they were really long movies, but they were good.
they're so good. I don't care if they're long. Honestly, I don't mind a
Yeah, I
long.
like them.
I don't mind a long movie. Some of these movies aren't long enough, honestly. But I don't mind a long movie. So there's still conflict on Pandora, of course. as we meet another Not tribe. And these Not are very aggressive. They are not, like the Water tribe was pretty much like, don't come to our land. This is our stuff kind of vibe. But
Yeah.
these ones, they're like, they will kill you on sight type vibe. Okay. And so the family is going to be tested in more ways, of course, in this installment. Um, I'm excited to see what happens. Of course,
Me
James Cameron,
too.
who creates these movies, they haven't given us much plot line, but of course, with the Avatar movies, the main plot line is the humans of Earth trying to pillage this world for all that it's worth.
Yeah.
So the humans
Well,
win
what
back.
I saw from the what I saw was that this tribe is working with the humans to get against the Sully clan,
What?
and yeah, it was crazy in the because I think I watched an extended preview maybe, um, and like Spider was in danger because like his dad was coming for him, and
Oh, that
yeah,
whole plan. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Oh my. I didn't know about that. That I'm even more
yeah,
pissed.
and the daughter that's really in touch with the mother,
Uh-huh.
this witch, I'll be polite. This witch tells her like right in her screams right in her face, she doesn't live here, she's dead here, and
Oh, oh,
like scares the shit out of her. It's like,
oh,
oh, she's scary. She's
oh.
scary lady.
And this is for
Yeah,
December
so it
19th.
looks
So
good.
this is a Christmas
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, yeah, wonderful.
It's like Die Hard Christmas movie
Right,
all over
right.
again.
It's
Yeah.
a Christmas movie, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't send you a picture for Predator Badlands, but that one is coming out November 7th. A new installment in the Predator franchise. And in this one, he is going to follow one of the predators as he's cast out from his clan, and he forms an alliance with one of the Wayland Yutani synths who happens to be on that Earth on that planet for
Oh
some
yeah, I've
reason.
seen that too.
Yes,
Yeah.
We need, you know what we need? We need a Predator TV show.
I think that would be good for the future. I think that that's not if this Alien TV show is keeps going as well as it's going. I
Yeah,
can't
they
see
may
them
go
not
that way.
doing it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't
Well,
see them not.
so my question was with that one, like because he's got a Wayland Yutani synth, that means that they are back in universe.
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
you
So
know they
yeah,
said that all those AVP movies were
but not
they're not in
canon.
the
Right,
original
right.
time.
Yeah, they're like
Well,
it's
now
not
they are.
canon. Yes, the creators of the series of the Alien Earth series and
Mhm.
the director of this movie have said that they are bridging them back into one universe. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking it's for something big, like a big movie. The next movie, I think it's going to be pretty big.
like a
Now
big.
this
Go
does
ahead.
happen in the far future of both franchises. So I think they're gonna have to show in the next movie how they actually come back to being in one universe. This one kind of just throws us in the middle of a conversation. Like they're already in
Yeah,
universe together. We don't know how it came to
Yeah.
be. They're just here. But I think
yeah.
that
Exactly.
they're gonna bridge that in some kind of way in a future property, like a movie or a TV show. TV show would be good with me. I'm good with a
I
TV show.
know. I'm
Yeah.
with it.
Or even another big movie like they did with
Yeah,
Romulus.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah,
but something that gives us more like because that gave us some background too, and
See,
I
but
like
yeah.
that's
that.
why
Just
a
a
And
little
TV
bit.
show would work because you can have 10, 12 episodes where you can slowly
uh-huh.
really
And I think they can
address
even do
all
like
these
a
things.
flashback episode or like which is
Hmm.
what I'm waiting for in Alien Earth. I need a flashback to the what
Yes.
happened to the crew of the Maginot. I need to see that alien going
I
through them.
know.
Okay, I
I
need to
know.
see
Yeah.
They
it.
just were like gone. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That show's good. But yeah, I forgot to include the picture for that. But that one is November 7th. So before
Mm,
Wicked will be Predator Badlands. So maybe they didn't want to compete with that.
yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
But I would have saw them both. Honestly, I would have saw one
Well, there might be a
weekend,
bunch of kids movies coming out too
then
in
the
the
next.
fall and leading up to
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
True.
I'm upset about the move for that one, but I'm okay with it. It'll happen. It'll happen, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Did I have one more?
Yes.
All right. The
This
Conjuring.
last one.
Last right. All right. Last one, guys. Once again, Ed and Lorraine are in danger. Okay. They're trying to vanquish a demon from a family home. Again, they're in danger. This takes place
Okay.
in 1986, 5 years after the events of the last one, which was The Devil Made Me Do It. So this is 5 years later, and this is serves as a finale for the story of Ed and Lorraine. So this is their last one. So what's gonna
So
happen
they're
to Ed?
not guaranteed to make it through.
They're not guaranteed. They're not. We don't know what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. At least one of them. One of them ain't gonna make
I
it.
like
I
that.
think
I like when you don't know that the
the
main
stakes are high.
characters are
Yeah,
safe.
yeah, the
I
stakes are
like
Yeah.
high.
that.
The stakes are high, and so I'm in on this, and I know Vera Farmajara, I can't pronounce her last name, the lady who plays Lorraine, her sister, who's also in the franchise, she's also going to be in this one, so they're going to be in it together.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Yes,
So
nice.
that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, that's my last one that I have. Conjuring is coming out on September 5th, so really next weekend we're getting Conjuring.
Yes,
Yes.
this is
So
nice.
excellent. Excellent. I want to thank everybody for hanging in there with us and for Tiffany to putting all of this information for us together so we
Yes.
know which platform stream the best sci-fi, which TV.
she got the list.
She got her list. She got the list. And what movies are coming out. Now, before we go, I do want to let you guys know when our next episode will be. As usual, it will be September 5th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to do an interview with James Allen McGettigan. Hope I'm saying his last name correctly. And he is the author of Altered Moon. It is a trilogy. I'm on book two, loving it. And we're going to talk to this young man and interview him and just see what's going on with him. Oh, look, let's say
Great.
hello to Mel
Hey
before
Mel.
we go.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, so guys, we see you next week at September 5th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Tiffany, for doing this for us. Thank you, Sarah, for being here with us. And for all
Fun.
of you guys for being a part of tonight's show. But we will see you next week. Good night, everyone.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you for watching the Sci-Fi Queens. And be sure to support us on all our social medias. And check out our website,